In this video, you will learn about the Request Management feature of GDX. Request Management allows you to interact with your suppliers directly within GDX. You can request compliance information, address questions, and track the supplier responses. In this tutorial, you will learn how to invite your suppliers into GDX, request data for parts, and track the status of your requests. Anytime you issue a request, your supplier receives an email with a link to your request. As such, it is important to invite the appropriate individual at the supplier that will be providing this information. To invite a specific contact at a supplier, go to the Manufacturer's view on the Parts tab in GDX. Click on the manufacturer name in the first column. Here you can review active supplier contacts, invited supplier contacts, and invite new contacts. Click Invite a New Contact. Enter details on first name, last name, email, and phone number, and invite your contact. You can review the invitee's status above in order to determine if they have registered. Once you have supplier contacts registered in GDX, the next step is to request data. There are several methods of requesting data in GDX. You can request an individual part, request several parts, or request all parts. To request an individual part, simply click on the Request Information to the right of the Parts tab. Individual part requests are typically most useful when requesting data for a single part in order to obtain BOM level or product compliance. To request several parts, identify the parts you would like to request by utilizing the filters, and select the parts by clicking the box to the left of your part number. Once you have selected the parts, click Request above the part numbers. This type of request is helpful for tracking individual supplier performance or to request for specific projects. To request all parts, click Request Parts on the top right. Copy and paste the series of parts you would like to request. Internal part number, manufacturer name, and manufacturer's part number are needed. Click the Read button. Select the parts you would like added to a request and select Add Parts to Request. The next page will show the action of all parts being added to a draft request. This process is very similar to the process utilized when you loaded your parts into GDX. Regardless of which method you use to initiate a request for data, the outcome is the same. The parts you have requested have become part of a draft request. By going to the Request tab, you can see all of your draft requests. The draft requests are organized by supplier and will need to be finalized before they are sent to your supplier. To finalize a request to a supplier, open it by clicking the Send Request icon. The next step is to match your manufacturer to the GDX supplier name. Click Done Selecting Supplier and populate the data on the Declarations page. Here you will enter your requested fulfillment date, enter a description for the request, and select the declarations you are requesting. There is also an editable field for comments, for example, Rows 2 COC, or Reach 161 Update. Click Send Request to review your request. Confirm the request and send it to your supplier by clicking Send Request. Now that your request has been sent, you may filter for Sent Requests in order to view and manage your open requests. From this view, you can review requests based upon status and due date in the filters to the left. Click on the status to see the requests that match the criteria and manage those particular requests. If you would like to withdraw all or part of a request, you may do so from this page. For a specific part, click the small red arrow next to the part number. For an entire request, click the red arrow next to the supplier name. As suppliers respond to your requests, you will be updated. Depending on your settings, you may receive a notification email regarding updates to your request. Settings can be managed by clicking on your login on the top right of the page. An overview of request status is available on the Dashboard tab. Click on any area of the donut chart to review the request status. By reviewing open requests, you may follow up with suppliers to determine their progress. Open the request by clicking the drop-down. Select the part you wish to follow up on. To the right, you will see the details of your request, a request update history, and a comments section. Enter text in the comments field and click Send Update to remind your supplier of the open request. The supplier may also send updates directly to you via a similar supplier feature. Any updates to your request, including supplier feedback, are also provided to you via the email notifications. Once the request is fulfilled, the data from your supplier is automatically linked to your part. Thank you for watching this video on the Request Management feature in GDX.